Hey traders, it's Ryan with Stock Investing and Trading 101. Today we are up about 2%, about $600 in profit, and I'm just going to talk about the markets, what I'm doing with my portfolio, and how we're making these profits, and what I'm doing moving forward. In my last video, sometime last week, I was talking about how I was expecting a correction and that my plan was pretty much to buy the dip. And that's exactly what I did. I've been aggressively buying the dip, and today the market had a great day. We can look at the S&P 500 is up nearly 1%, and the NASDAQ is up as well, just over 1%. So it's a pretty good day in the markets, a nice recovery from the kind of couple percent pullback we had last week. I'm still in the longer term looking for a bigger pullback than the small one that we had last week, but I do realize and was prepared for some kind of bounce in the market. So today's the market bounce. It could continue later into the week. It could continue all week, but I do expect a bigger pullback in the long term. With that being said, my plan and strategy for today and going forward. So I was expecting this bounce. I was loaded up on stocks. I bought a bunch of Apple, Adobe, Microsoft, a bunch of tech stocks last week, as well as some value and cyclical stocks. Today, I'm taking profits on a significant number of my positions. I would say maybe 25% of my portfolio, maybe 15 to 25%. So I'm taking profits. I'm still heavily invested for the long side of the market. To hedge my risk, I have VIX calls on my Thinkorswim portfolio. So essentially, my portfolio is kind of protected in either direction. If the market continues to go up, like today, we'll continue to have these $600 profit days. And if we have a big pullback, I have VIX calls to kind of hedge my loss, and I have plenty of cash available to buy the dip, which is, once again, that's my big money maker. That's the strategy that I've been using for the past couple of years, is buying the dip, riding the rally, and it's been working great. So that's going to be my friend, and the trend is your friend until the end. So until this strategy, proves that the market's not going to recover and I'm prepared to hold for the long term, I'll continue to buy the dip and search for buying opportunities. Scrolling through my positions, I'm pretty well diversified. We have growth stocks, we have dividend growth stocks, we have value stocks, a little bit of everything. I'm a little bit light on technology and growth right now just because of the high valuations. So those are some of the sectors that I'm looking to buy, as I'm sure pretty much everyone is. Those are the strongest companies, the best investments, some of the best investments in the past, 10 years or so. As for my options, I have a couple of covered calls on Rocket Mortgages, Campbell Soup, and then I have long terms expiring in 2022 on Kraft Heinz and AT&T, a couple of pretty much value stocks or dividend growth stocks. And I think those type of stocks, there are some examples that they are undervalued, but at the same time, who knows if they're going to go a lot lower, or if there's going to be any type of significant bounce, or if they're just going to kind of go sideways because they're not necessarily volatile stocks. So lastly, before we close the video, I'm just going to go through my 10 biggest holdings on my Robinhood portfolio. So from top to bottom, Campbell Soup, 100 shares, selling covered calls. Currently pretty much bag holding this position, although I've received between $300 and $400 in credit from my covered calls so far, so I'm not that far in the red. Next, Rocket Mortgages, also selling covered calls. Gold, covered calls as well. Fourth, we have Amazon. So Amazon's definitely something that I want to hold for the long term. Amazon has been, it was recently under 3,200. I think this was an amazing buying opportunity, and it's also technical. There's a little bit of a kind of descending wedge in there, so it was expected to make this type of move if you follow technicals. And if you aren't sure exactly what I mean by that, with that falling wedge right there and it breaking, I can make a video and explain this further, because this pretty much entire move, this 2.4% move today, could have been pretty much expected if you were looking for the right things. After that, we have Las Vegas Sands. I think this stock, it's having a great day today, up 4%. But if you were able to buy it, pretty much before today, I think you're getting an amazing price. This is the lowest that it's been in the past year, and it's pretty much the lowest that it's been in the last 5 years. So this company right now is pretty much doing just as bad as it was during the peak heights of COVID. So I think that could be potentially undervalued, but we'll see. After that, Caterpillar, great company, nice dividend. Probably going to be benefiting if there is an infrastructure bill. After that, Scott's Miracle-Gro, followed by Intel. And then lastly, we have Kraft Heinz. Kraft Heinz is a similar story it's significantly down. It's probably had about a 50% retracement from the highs, and it has a nice dividend of about 4.5%. So I think, it's just I wouldn't expect too much in terms of the stock going significantly higher, but that 4.5% dividend yield alone, on top of buying it at what I believe to be a low price, I think you have a good chance to sell it for a higher price, and I think that 4.5% dividend is also extremely attractive while you wait. So those are my 10 biggest holdings. If you want to see all of my holdings, I was scrolling through them during the video, but I pretty much want to talk about my large positions. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know what you're trading, how your trading is going, if there's anything you want me to explain or cover in a video, and stay tuned for more. Thanks.